Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Enlightenment of Deen. Today's story is about a chapter in the Holy Quran that is named after the animal, Surah Baqarah, the cow. In this video, let's see what was the story about the cow that the entire chapter of Quran was named after it. This incident took place during the time of Prophet Musa A.S. and is mentioned in Surah Baqarah Verse 67 to 73. There was an old man from among the children of Israel who was very rich, and he had some nephews who wished he would die soon so that they could inherit him. One day he was murdered by his nephew. When the people found out that he was murdered, they disputed over the murderer. So they came to Prophet Musa A.S. to find out the murderer. Musa A.S. said, "By Allah, anyone who knows anything about this murdered man, he should let us know." But no one knew anything about it. So they asked Musa a.s. to ask his Lord concerning this issue. Musa a.s. asked Allah SWT and was commanded to order them to slaughter a cow. When Musa a.s. told them to sacrifice a cow, they said, "Are you making fun of us? We asked you about the murderer and you ask us to slaughter a cow." Musa a.s. said to them that I am not telling anything other than what was revealed to me by my Lord. But the children of Israel did not believe in Musa a.s. and started asking him more details which were unnecessary. They told Musa a.s. to ask his Lord about the description of the cow to be slaughtered. Musa a.s. said, "It is a cow neither too old nor too young, but in between the two." Then they asked him for its color. Allah SWT revealed to Musa a.s. that it is yellow in color, bright and pleasing to look at, and is very rare. But the children of Israel persisted even more with asking other details till they had exhausted with their questions. It is said that they could not find a cow with all these descriptions. After searching a lot, finally they came across a cow that matched their requirements. Now this cow belonged to an orphan whose father had left behind the only cow for him and his mother. When they asked him to sell the cow, the orphan refused. So they tried to convince him to pay a higher price for it. The orphan still did not agree, until they offered him gold that was equal to the weight of the cow. And the orphan finally agreed and accepted the offer. Then they brought the cow to Musa a.s. and he commanded them to slaughter it. Though they slaughtered it, they were still not convinced and were quite hesitant. Then Musa a.s. instructed them with the command of Allah SWT to strike the dead man with a piece of the cow. When they did that, the dead man was resurrected by Allah SWT. Musa a.s. asked him, "Who is your murderer?" To which he said, "It was my nephew who killed me." And then he died again. That was the story of the cow mentioned in Surah Baqarah. Let's see the things that we learned from this story. Firstly, the Bani Israel had witnessed what just happened, that the dead came to life and spoke and died again. Yet, this did not soften their hearts, nor did they surrender. In fact, Allah SWT says that their hearts were hardened like stones. Secondly, if they were to slaughter any cow, that would fulfill the purpose of it. But they made it difficult for themselves by asking so many questions. So Allah SWT made it difficult for them by putting many conditions for the cow. And finally we see how Allah SWT brings the dead to life and shows us His evidences and signs so that we understand them. That's all for this video. If you find the video informative, please spread the awareness by liking, sharing and subscribing. Barakallahu feekum.